Hello and a very warm welcome to Meghan and Harry News YouTube channel. Good morning to you. Today we are going to look at some of the reactions to the news yesterday that the Queen is going to stop Meghan and Harry from using the name Sussex Royal. But first, I have an interesting clip. This clip is from the GMB breakfast show. The clip shows Mirror reporter Kevin Maguire talking about Meghan and her upcoming court case, but then goes on to say something very interesting. He alludes that there is a very specific reason for Meghan and Harry wanting to leave the royal family, and that it's not just because of the media coverage. He states there is a specific reason why they are very angry with the royal family, but then goes on to say he cannot talk about it for legal reasons. But if the case goes to court, apparently it will all come out. People will look at the situation differently, and from what he says, I believe he is saying the public will sympathise with Meghan and Harry. Here's the clip.
All families has rows and tensions and so on, but these are very public figures. But also we will see fully and understand better why they're also very angry with the royal family and they want to leave. It is not just the media coverage, there are real tensions there, and there are some things we can't discuss for legal reasons publicly now. But when people hear and see that, they will be better informed and they will change their mind.
So that's interesting. Kevin Maguire is not a royal reporter per se. He is openly critical in the past of the royal family. So what is this all about? What is going to come out in the court case that is going to make the royal family look bad and then sympathise with Meghan and Harry? What is it that has made Meghan and Harry angry? Will we ever find out? I would imagine if this information is damaging to the royal family, then there is a good chance that this legal case will never go to court. If you recall, in 2002, the Paul Burrell case, where he was charged with theft related to Diana's possessions, the trial collapsed after evidence was given that the Queen had spoken with him regarding disputed events. Basically, the Queen intervened into the court case and stopped it. And a public interest immunity P2 certificate was presented by the Crown Prosecution Service on the basis that disclosure of certain information would be harmful to the public interest. So is something similar going to happen in this court case with Meghan against the Mail on Sunday? So what can this secret be that's made Meghan and Harry really angry with the royal family and is so dodgy that the journalist cannot speak about it because there are legal documents somewhere stopping him from actually speaking about it? Well, if I were to speculate, and this is speculation now mind you, I feel it could very well be something to do with the wedding and something to do with Meghan's father and that wedding. At the time, I could just never imagine Meghan's father walking her down the aisle, and it wouldn't surprise me if the royal family somehow intervened and stopped Meghan's father from attending the wedding, and the resulting stories of his illness were either fabricated as an excuse for him not going, or alternatively were a real consequence of him being told that he couldn't attend. Now, this is pure speculation on my part, okay? But that whole narrative never quite added up to me. It just didn't seem right, as if some part of the story was missing. And when we saw how Doria sat all by herself at the wedding, I don't know, I just can't imagine the royal family being comfortable with the idea of Thomas Markle at the wedding. Will we ever find out what it is? Whatever it is, there is, as he states in that interview, there is a legal deterrent for this journalist to stop him from speaking about it. That means solicitors have drawn up documents about that subject, and you can be sure then that it makes the royal family look bad. But in all fairness, the royal family are not doing a very good job of making themselves look good. Look at this posted today. The timing of this and the Meghan and Harry ban news is just not media savvy, is it? Anyway, reaction on social media has been scathing from Meghan and Harry fans, with many berating the royal family for the move, stating it as petty and mean, but some saw it as a positive thing. Let's focus on the positive, shall we? One Twitter user stated, "The name Sussex Royal is baggage. They need a whole new name. Most people see them as Harry and Meghan. Whatever name they come up with will be a breath of fresh air." Another said, "Why everyone discuss this info? I think it's logical. After the exit, Liz gave them these titles. Now she can take it back if she wants. Remember, the titles doesn't make legends. Legends create their names, not the opposite." Another stated, "It really doesn't matter what their brand name is gonna be regardless. People aren't going to follow them because of their brand name. They will follow them because of who they are and what they represent. I personally hope they cut all ties with royalty as they start their new life." And another said, "Does the royal family imagine people are supporting Harry and Meghan because they are royals? Royal is not a selling point, and should we remind them that BM never gave us a chance to get comfy with the titles because they refused to address Meghan by her title." Another Twitter user got a little bit more dramatic and said, "The pettiness, spitefulness and vengefulness that the royal family has descended into, led by the ignoble Prince William, apparently with time on his hands in between affairs, is sickening to watch. What next? Off with their heads. Run, Harry and Meghan, run." Another said, "I do not care what name they use. It is the couple, their influence, projects and work I admire and will continue to admire and support. However, I do find Elizabeth more than petty with this. With a grandmother like that, who needs enemies? God bless Meghan and Harry." And in all fairness, there are plenty of people online who are also very happy with the decision. Personally, while I feel this decision is purely done to disrupt them and their plan, I believe in the long run it will benefit them. They need to make a clean break from the royal family. And how can they do that if they are calling themselves royal in their company brand name? They need to create their own individual brand that fully revolves around them and plays to their strengths, and not to be linked to the royal family. It makes sense for moving forward. A rebranding is not going to be that difficult. As soon as they decide on a name and let everyone know, then it will be done. No big difficulties here. In other news, the National Theatre's artistic director has dismissed claims that the organisation has fallen out with its patron, the Duchess of Sussex. Rufus Norris said reports that theatre bosses were left fuming after Meghan and Harry announced they were stepping back as senior royals were a complete fiction. Meghan became the London venue's patron in January 2018, but questions were raised about the future of her role with the Sussexes moving to Canada. But Mr. Norris said the Duchess was still involved with the theatre. He told the Daily Telegraph, "She is still very engaged. The conversations are regular and ongoing. There are ideas we are exploring. There has been no indication at all from her that her engagement with us would be anything other than business as usual. She has proven to be a very engaged patron, and we look forward to working with her." Mr. Norris added that Meghan had star reach and understood what the organisation was trying to achieve. The theatre has become known in recent times for its community theatre programmes, as much as for hosting performances from Ralph Fiennes and Kate Blanchett. It will have achieved Mr. Norris's 5-year targets of 50% of its writers, directors and actors being female, as well as 20% of writers and directors and 25% of performers being people of colour by next year, the artistic director said. Mr. Norris also said he was looking forward to the Prime Minister Boris Johnson's forthcoming biography of William Shakespeare. As always, thanks for listening, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and press that notification bell if you would like to be notified in the future when we upload videos.